Welcome back. Mel Robbins will be the first to tell you she's not a therapist, but she has made it her mission to give people simple, practical tools to live better lives. Whether it's through the Mel Robbins podcast, one of the most popular podcasts in the world, through viral online videos reaching more than 35 million followers, or best-selling books like The Let Them Theory, a deceptively simple idea that's changing the way millions of people think and live. I sat down with Mel Robbins for a Meet the Moment conversation about how she turned her own darkest moment into a self-help movement. How would you, in the most simple terms, describe what the Let Them Theory is?
The Let Them Theory is very simple. If you stop trying to control and change other people, suddenly you have more time, energy, and power in your own life to focus on yourself and improving it. That's it. That releasing control gives you so much control and peace back.
It's not let it go, because you follow let them with let me.
Yes.
Why is that an important component?
Yes, so there's two parts to the theory. The first one is let them, and that's the part everybody loves, because right now, life is so overwhelming. And let's face it, other people are super annoying. They're very frustrating. You can go through your day and from traffic and you're gripping the wheel, or people walking slow or talking close, or the meetings that are scheduled at 6 o'clock on a Friday, the guilt trips, like it is going to drain all of your energy. And other people are the number one cause of stress in your life. But here's what the Let Them Theory taught me. They don't have to be. See, you get to decide how much somebody else affects you. You get to decide how much brain space they take. You get to decide whether traffic or inconsiderate behavior or the headlines stress you out. And so let them is where you recognize, and it's so simple, you don't even have to read the book. You can start using it after our conversation. The moment you're stressed out or frustrated or whatever, you just say let them. And you'll notice you're always stressed by other people. And the second you say let them, you recognize, okay, I can't control this person, so why am I going to let it bother me? And then you say, let me. And let me is where you take your power back and you remind yourself. And this is a very old idea. The Let Them Theory is a modern take on ancient wisdom.
41 years old.
Yes.
You say you hit rock bottom.
Yes.
You were out of a job. Your husband was struggling as well professionally. You very candidly discussed the fact that you think you were drinking too much.
Oh, 100%.
During this period. What was that moment like, and why was it so pivotal for you?
What happened to me is that when my husband's restaurant business started to go under, and it took our life savings, liens hit the house, we've got 3 kids under the age of 10, I lose my job. I had never envisioned a life where I would face bankruptcy, I would be an alcoholic, I would be on the verge of divorce, that I would be losing everything that I cared about. And what's interesting about rock bottom moments is you hit something solid inside you. That's how you know it's bottom. And what you hit is the resolve to change. See, you can either wait for things to get worse before they get better, or you wake up one day and say, I don't want this to get worse. Nobody's coming. And if this is going to change, I have to take responsibility for changing it myself. And so what that moment taught me, because the simplest things were so hard. Getting out of bed, the bills, I hadn't opened my bills in 6 months. I hadn't asked out for help. I hadn't stopped drinking. I hadn't looked for a job. I would wake up every morning and lay in bed like a human pot roast, feeling sorry for myself, staring at the ceiling, going, I hate my life, I hate my husband, I hate myself. And it felt easier to just avoid the things that I knew I needed to do. And I think this is one of the core things that I try to teach, which is you already know what you need to do. And if you don't, go to AI and just put in your problem. It'll give you 10 things to do. The problem's going to be that you're going to wait to feel ready. And I got news for you. Motivation is garbage. It's never there when you need it. You have to teach yourself this life-changing skill. And here's the life-changing skill. You have to train yourself to do things that you don't feel like doing. And for me, that started with teaching myself to get out of bed on those mornings that I didn't want to.
With the 5-second rule.
Yes.
This was transformative for you.
So I was watching TV and I saw this rocket ship launch across the TV screen, and it gave me this, like, at the time, stupid idea. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to launch myself out of bed like a rocket. And my thinking was, I'll move fast enough so I won't be in the bed when the anxiety and the depression and the overwhelm pins me there. And the very next morning, the alarm rang, and I started reaching for the snooze button, something I had done for 6 months in a row. I'd hit that sucker 4 or 5 times a morning. Kids would miss the bus. They'd be waking me up. That's how you know you're failing at parenting, when your kids are waking you up after they miss the bus.
Wow.
But for whatever reason, I just started counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I stood up, and it worked. And, you know, what's interesting is it felt like a victory, and it was. It was the first time in 6 months that the procrastination, the anxiety, the fear, the shame didn't win. I did. The better part of me, the knowing part of me did. And this is the important thing. Fear kills action, but action kills fear. And to me, what's exciting about whether you're using Let Them and Let Me, or you're using 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or any of the things that, you know, I talk about on social media or I share on the Mel Robbins podcast, what's exciting is that you are so much more powerful than you think. You have so much capacity to change your life for the better.
You talk about your podcast, and it's one of the most listened to podcasts in the country. Time Magazine, the world.
I'm going to claim that.
In the world. Time Magazine said about you, quote, "What Robin sells is not just advice. She's offering her listeners a reason to believe in themselves." Is that how you see your work and what you're doing?
Yeah, like I think that the thing that stands in people's way is discouragement. This sense that it's hopeless. This sense that there's nothing I can do. That is a lie that you have either been sold or that you're telling yourself. And if you have all the information, like, again, if you can create a list today of all the things you could do to ruin your life, you can create a list of all the simple things you could do to improve it.
It's emotional for you. This is personal for you.
Yes, it's very personal for me because I see it. We have anywhere between 9 and 11 million people that listen to this show every week. And we are at a moment in time where people do not have time for themselves. So I do not take it lightly that teachers and nurses and EMTs and, you know, are finding time to listen to something that reminds you of what matters to you, that reminds you that you do have power, that reminds you that your relationships and being a good friend are important. And that matters.
You have also talked about your concerns about social media. You have more than 35 million followers, which is just remarkable.
I think so, too. Well, you know, one of the best things about the success, it came late in life.
Yeah.
When you have an experience in your 40s where you almost lose everything that matters to you, you don't forget that. I know what it feels like to have groceries scan, and I know that I don't have money. And I'm hoping there's some glitch in the check card, and somehow it's going to go through. And it doesn't. And you have to grab your 3 kids and walk out of there. That is a moment that you never forget. And so I am grateful that all of this happened later because I have not forgotten what matters. And what matters to me is my family. What matters to me is my friendships. What matters to me is that I wake up every day and I'm proud of the person that I am. And I know that I'm doing the best that I can. And I'm fast to apologize when I screw things up. And my hope is that by sharing some of the things that I'm learning, sharing openly about the mistakes that I've made as a parent, as a spouse, as a human being, if I can save anybody else the headache and heartache that I caused myself and other people, because I just didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know how to do better. Then that to me is a life well lived.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.